Hello and welcome to today's video. So I'm actually going to be taking you guys through a meal prep today. A little bit later on in the video, I do have quite a few people reach out just with questions about meal prepping, like tips and tricks, how to make it more efficient. So I figured I would just film my own personal meal prep for this week and show you guys all my little tips and tricks. But before we do that, I'm just gonna take you guys along with me as I run my errands this morning. So the first one is a little bit of a beauty secret, beauty hack. It's not really a secret. So I actually get eyelash extensions. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, so I get eyelash extensions. You can see they're kind of like crazy right now, but I get them filled every month. So once a month I go and get them filled and fixed. So that's what I'm about to do. I've just never really been the type to do my makeup. I don't really know how to apply makeup really well. So I just love eyelash extensions because I feel like I can just wake up in the morning and I'm ready to go. So yeah, next time you see me, I will have big, full, luscious lashes. And just like that, guys, they are complete. I don't know if you can see them. They look so perfect. I'm obsessed. But yeah, so that is really the only kind of like beauty thing that I do. I feel like I never even like get my nails done. They always look ratchet. But I do get eyelash extensions. I am obsessed with eyelash extensions. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to go back to my regular eyelashes. But that being said, we are going to go to stop number 2 now. So I'll see you guys there. So as you guys saw, second stop was to get a coffee from Starbucks. I ended up getting an almond milk latte with the sugar-free cinnamon dolce flavoring. So good. But I just wanted to take a minute here to go over, I feel like I have mentioned this on Instagram probably more than 20 times, but I figured I might as well just mention it again here. So right now, my blood sugar is 80 going steady, which is like perfect. I really couldn't ask for a better blood sugar right now. Even if I was just having a black coffee with nothing in it, but if I was, I would still dose some insulin for it. So caffeine actually naturally increases blood sugar. So even if your blood sugar is steady and you have coffee, it can slightly increase your blood sugar. So for any coffee that I have throughout the day, I will give myself some insulin just to prevent that little spike from happening. So usually I just give 1 unit for a coffee. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and dose and then enjoy my coffee, and then we will be going to stop 3. Okay, so the third stop was Vitamin Shop. I will quickly show you guys what I picked up there. So a little tip, usually I just like order my supplements online. However, we were like completely out of protein. So I wanted to pick it up in the store, but then I was like, I always am afraid that they're not gonna have it in the store. So usually I will buy it online and then pick the option to like pick up in store. So when I go, I can literally just like grab the bag and go, because there's nothing worse than going there and then being like, oh, we don't have that flavor. But yeah, so little trick. First thing, PEScience protein. I love this protein. Since I have celiac disease, I have to be really careful about having protein that's gluten-free. And a lot of proteins don't have gluten-free on their label, and who knows what's really in the protein. So that's why I love, one of the reasons why I love PEScience, because they do have on their label gluten-free. So I don't have to wonder about it. Guys, I've been sleeping though on this gourmet vanilla flavor. I never got this flavor because I was like, oh, it's just vanilla. Oh my goodness, it's really, really good. That's why I got like the huge one, bigger than my head. That was the first one. Sorry, a little long-winded. Second, again, another mini version. This is the peanut butter cup. So these two are definitely my top two flavors, peanut butter cup and vanilla. But honestly, I've tried all of their flavors except for the mint, like the peppermint bark one, and I love all of them. But these two are definitely my fave. And then second, I got a little pre-workout stack. You guys know I don't like actual pre-workout, but again, PEScience, need another athlete? Please sponsor me. Anyways, I did get their high volume, which is a caffeine-free pump product. So I actually stack this with the Optimum Nutrition Amino Energy. So this does have a little bit of caffeine in it and then put together. So I put the high volume with the Amino Energy, and it's just like a great pre-workout. Have a little bit of a pump, a little bit of energy, as well as BCAAs and all of that great stuff. So I put that together, these flavors. This is the Blue Frost and this is the Blue Raspberry. So going with the blue theme. I think it'll be really good, but I'll let you guys know. All right, so I ended up coming home after Vitamin Shop because I was starving. But as a little update from the whole coffee blood sugar thing, it's been about 2.5 hours since I had that coffee. I had the coffee around 2 o'clock, so I just want to show you guys how my blood sugar stayed steady the whole time. So I don't know if you can see, it's gonna focus. So you see the 2 p.m. and it really stayed steady until like right now, and then it like slightly went up, but it was like steady line, and that's because I dosed the 1 unit for the coffee. If not, I would have definitely like had a little bit of a spike, but it just went up a little bit because I had my pre-workout protein oatmeal, because I am about to go to the gym. So I always like to under bolus a little bit for my pre-workout meal so that when I'm working out, I start with a blood sugar a little bit higher than I normally would want, so that it has room to come down, because it will inevitably come down during my workout. But yes, so after the gym, we'll be making our 4th errand stop, and that is to the grocery store. So I'm gonna go and get all the food that I'm gonna need for this meal prep. So the first 2 little tips that I have for meal prepping 101 is 1, plan ahead, and 2, write a grocery list. So I work Monday through Friday, you know, your normal 8 to 4 kind of job. So Monday through Friday, I literally work all day. I come home, I go right to the gym. I come home from the gym, I eat, I shower, and then I'm like getting ready for bed to repeat it all the next day. So I honestly don't have time to be like cooking these big, delicious, elaborate meals during the week. So I always meal prep 5 days worth of food. And then on the weekends, I allow myself to like make food as I go, because I usually have time. So then I go ahead in my phone and actually write out a grocery list before I go to the grocery store. I just write it in my notes. It's gonna focus. Yeah. So I write out exactly what I need to make those meals during the week. Let's say I decide to have apple as my fruit in the mornings, I'll buy 5 apples, and that really helps you not overbuy and then not underbuy. So I have exactly the amount of food that I will need for the week without any extra that would go bad, and then without getting to like Thursday and realizing I need more food. So let's hit the grocery store, and then I will see you guys back in the kitchen for some cooking. have all of the food necessary for my meal prep, I start by preparing the items that take the longest to cook. So I turn the oven on to start preheating and throw my boil and bag rice into water to cook. I then start with preparing my second carb source, which is sweet potato, as well as my vegetables. I typically roast my potatoes and veggies in the oven, which can take some time, hence why I start here. I chop up the sweet potatoes into small bite-sized pieces, lay them evenly on a pan, season them with salt and cinnamon, and pop them into the oven. Then I prepare the asparagus, laying them out so they all cook evenly, season them, and place those in the oven as well. The last vegetable on the menu for this week are green beans, which I prepare the same as the asparagus, but set them aside for now since I only have 2 shelves in my oven and will put them in once the asparagus are done cooking. Now I move on to my protein sources. I have my shrimp thawing in some warm water. While those thaw, I start preparing my lean ground beef burgers. I mix the ground beef, diced onion, and Grill Master's Smokehouse Maple seasoning, then measure out 5 ounces of meat, which I form into patties. I always weigh my meats cooked. However, preparing burgers, I do measure the meat raw to ensure each burger is the same size, but no, they will cook down, so I weigh out about an ounce more than I actually want. So 5 ounces of raw meat typically cooks down to about a 4-ounce burger cooked. While those begin to cook, then I peel the shrimp, place them on a pan, and season them with the Grill Master's Maple Barbecue seasoning. While the burgers and shrimp are cooking, then I will begin making my omelets. I measure out the egg whites and make a total of 5 omelets, 1 for every morning of the week. Right around the time I am finished cooking all of the protein sources, the sweet potatoes and veggies are done cooking as well. Once all of the food is cooked, I will begin weighing and dividing the food into Tupperware. I usually pre-measure the meals I take to work, and then a lot of the time will keep the food I prepared for dinner in one big Tupperware that I will weigh out each night when I get home from the gym. It's easiest to place the Tupperware on a scale, zero out the scale, and then measure each food individually. Depending on your personal goals, weighing your food is not mandatory. Just having your food prepped ahead of time helps you throughout the week, then that is perfectly fine. I will note that this meal prep was extremely basic and not meant to give you all super fancy meal ideas, but was more to show you how to meal prep in the most efficient fashion because no one wants to spend 5 hours in the kitchen on a Sunday. The key to meal prepping is planning ahead, making a grocery list, starting with whatever takes the longest to cook, and multitasking by having as much cooking at the same time as possible. I hope you guys found that little voiceover meal prep tutorial helpful. So as you saw, I do make a bunch of the food in bulk ahead of time for the entire week. I weigh it all out, I put it in Tupperware, throw it in the fridge, and it's ready to go. But I just wanted to close out the video by showing you guys how each day I get the 3 meals ready that I need to take to work the following day. So first, we have meal 1. And I have some cut up watermelon, some dry oatmeal, which I'll make when I get to work in the morning, as well as my eggs. Meal 2 is the lean ground beef burger, the sweet potatoes, and the green beans. And I also pack in this little disposable cup some sugar-free ketchup to go with the burger. And then meal 3, I have my yogurt, some diced up strawberries, as well as some peanut butter, again, in these cute and convenient little disposable cups. So yeah, that's how I get all 3 meals ready the night before for the upcoming work day. Like I said, when I get home from work, then I'll go ahead and make some of my protein oatmeal before the gym. And then when I get home from the gym, I'll weigh out some of the rice and asparagus that's made, as well as the shrimp that's already pre-measured. Heat that all up, and then I usually dice up some avocado with that meal as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found some of these tips helpful for your own meal prep. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video with me.